Mark, you might want to let this, oh, I'll wait. All right, I'll talk to the crowd. All right, so my plan here, we're gonna take this dead snag off. I'm gonna go out here and I can drop some, I can rig some lighter stuff, work that all the way back. Probably start to rig something like that, a stick like that. And then we're gonna go out here, we're gonna lift that piece off and lower it down through here. We'll go out there and we'll lift that piece off, probably to that crotch where that other ladder one's out there. Then we'll sling that there and we'll lift that right back here. We'll lift it from out there, pull that all the way up here and lower it butt first. And the same with these down here. We can lift this up, lower it butt first, lift that right up here, butt first, then raise this up, butt first, and then just cut that piece off and let her float down. And we got the spar. Elementary, my dear Watson, elementary. Then we got a lot of wood. So we might be cutting firewood from up here. Send a bunch right down there. All right, let this kind of run through. You got like half a wrap. We'll just see what happens to this. I can lift it up a little. We'll go right through there. Well, it wasn't quite on the side I wanted it, but communication lines, that's okay. It's down. It was non-conductive, it was dry. We weren't anywhere close to the primary. CNN was complaining about interruption in the neighborhood. Oh man, I keep putting my hand in that coon. All right, now let's go out here and make a mess. Coming at you, Mike. Couple more. Oh, right on that dogwood. Or I could just put it right on the dogwood. Big one. Oh man. Man, I did not anticipate that deadwood to hang on like that. We come back with a hand sewing. How's it look? Trash? A little brutalized? It's kind of like, husband's like, yeah, we understand. And the wife's like, oh, my stuff. I can't even see it from up here. Yeah, the cone would be a target. I could go for the mats. Oh. Today's average age, 54? No way. There's no way it dropped that far. The American male average age is 54. Oh, the average age on the crew, I thought you were giving me the death age. I'm like, no way. I know there's been a few unexplained early deaths, but didn't bring it down to 54. I'm gonna put some stuff on a string out here. I'm tired of banging stuff up. Are we ready for a rig? Mark is there just reading my mind. Oh, he's eating lunch. Well, you can be glad I'm taking it easy enough on you to just sit around and eat lunch. Looking good. What time is it? 1 o'clock. Man, setup was brutal on this thing. Do you have your phone on yet, Terry? Take a little, I think it makes a good picture right there. Take a picture too for the website. We need more pictures. We always take videos. But, so I'll pose for a picture. I'm taking this bottom half. Both of them horizontal. The end coming back at you, Mark. It's not redirected. Coming to the trunk. You ready? Gotta get this. I'm gonna brake cut it so I can knock it off of there. Are you ready? No. Oh. I thought you were eating a sandwich at the tool. Are you ready? Oh, a little bit of thumping around. Oh, now are you wrapping up on my climbing line? Little extra friction. Keep it off the ground so you can unwrap it. What do you think about trading that in for a Morbark? Something like that, a 21. Go big or go home. We got the truck for it. Oh, man. Now I gotta go get it. Gotta flip those to me, buddy. Make me work out of my way. See how inconvenient that was for me? No, you couldn't tell? So it's just all drama, all drama. Anybody ready to rig for me? Ready for the back cut. Now just politely flip that to me. That's what we're talking about, Mark. Politeness. Alrighty. This oak is gonna be strong enough to carry itself. Right up here. We're gonna lift, Mark. Breaking a few loose. This on the way. Alright, we got it set up for a lift. I'm gonna cut a couple twigs loose. Cutting a notch. How are we set up? Let me do something to clear that before you bring it down. We might be able to kick this around. Hold it. Oh, you devil. You can go on the outside and get it. Just keep it right there. No, keep it there. I thought it was too. It won't cooperate with the swing. I'll work on it just a minute. Got my saw all wrapped up in me. Run it. We got a mad little doggy. I think I'm gonna go down and get that stuff out of the way so we don't have 3 times the problem right there with these other rigs. How come, amateur? Oh man, how did that, what did it get hooked on over there? Somebody want to flip my climbing line loose? Man, I take 3 minutes to get my climbing line on the right side of the tree, so I gotta cut this stuff loose. Another one coming. I can hand cut some of this. You got time for a bite or two. All right, well, so far at least his prayers are answered. Little piece coming down. I was talking to her when I got here, and then I get here. Of course, my mind kind of gets on the job once I get here. So then she felt like I was rushing her off the phone. Didn't you call me? Yeah, I did. But now I'm at work. I was just driving before, talking on the phone with my wife, so that somebody could say, look at that guy on his phone. Actually, I had hands-free, but... All right, branch coming out. Mike, oh, don't you do that. Get out of there. All right, another one. All right, hey, we're ready for a lift. Hey, wait. No, I gotta get this out of the way. But, Mike, while I've got this point of leverage here where I can tie into, because that's going to be gone. Did I hook my on there? All right. Mark says I'm getting sawdust on his water jug. I'll try to work on my cutting angles. Play the wind. You wouldn't ask that of just anybody, I understand. That'll get me a little closer. I won't have to tiptoe out so far on that lonely limb. I utilized that time while you were getting a bathroom break or whatever you were doing, Mark. I made use of it. I set up my next sling there so I wouldn't have to wiggle out on that lonely limb when this one's gone. This'll lift. So you can get that set up. I can probably run out this one and reach out there and get it now. That was a good idea. Are you ready? Crank it. Crank it. You're breaking fibers. Little awkward weight there. I'll help guide it down. All right, hold it. I'm gonna push. Go. Ouch. I guess that was behind me, Mark. let me go get that. So I'm gonna ask you, and you can say what you want to. Did you see that that was behind my head? No, he says I didn't. I did say go. Now hold it. Wire. The wire. There we go. All right. So now we can do. So because I chose to go out there before I lost my tie-in point. So when you're rigging, you really want to think ahead and make sure you don't remove anything that you might need to use for the completion of another part of the tree. I saw a guy taking down this giant cottonwood, and it was next to power like this. And because he could reach it with his bucket truck, he took the lead away from the power all the way down. And then he was working up in the lead over the power with no alternative tie-in point. He had a whole lead away from the power. It was ridiculous. All right, set that up for a lift. Oh, I'm glad I didn't cut that piece off. That was divine intervention. It's a nice little sturdy dead piece I was going to cut off earlier, and now I'm using it. We got lots of tension there, Mark. Well, it's a long lift. Cutting a notch. Now, when you're lifting with a GRCS, you want the notch in the front half of the thing. I had some West Coast guy working with me one time out here. I don't know who that was. And naturally he cut this really super deep notch. But I want this piece to be closer to the block. So if I cut my notch back here, the fulcrum is way back here. I cut it up here, the fulcrum is closer to my block. All right, I'm gonna start the back cut. Crank it, go hard and fast. I'm gonna keep a hand on it. Go hard and fast. Hard and fast. I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna keep a hand on it. Go hard and fast. Hard and fast. I'm gonna come over. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. I don't want to touch this taut line with my... Beautiful, Mark. Beautiful. Look at that. Mark was looking to trade out with somebody. Now, all of that is above my head. So, let it drop about 10 feet. 10-foot drop. Just a little bit later. A little bit later, let it run hard and fast. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. No, wait, it's the other way around. All right, a little bit more. There you go. Up close and personal with that. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Stay away from the power. So that's a pretty big rig. Over power. GRCS is a beautiful thing. Buy it at gameoftrees.com. And we sell it with your little visor plate and everything. Now, I didn't use the visor plate on this because I didn't want to cut into the tree. So I screwed a board in above the GRCS that was going to have some pressure on it. So we put our own visor plate on there with a 2x4 and a couple of heavy leg bolts, number 17 legs. You might want to step out of the way, Mark. I'll take some shrapnel off. And I'm almost high enough over there just to take a horizontal rig off of there. I think we can. Oh, that went a lot farther than I thought it was gonna. Really, Mike, really. I didn't mean, I wasn't going for you. If I was going for you, I'd have missed by 20 feet. All right, we'll get this piece of dead wood off of there so it doesn't tag us. I think this will lift. I think this will lift. All right, let's see here. I want to be on the right side of this business. So if we're lifting this comes off, it's kind of going to go that way. So I want to be hanging out over here. Use my little dead piece here for ballast. Balance. This is all dead. I think I'm going to hinge out here. Now this is kind of flat. This is kind of straight down. So I'm going to cut my back cut out in back like an old school felling hinge, a little above the apex, so that if we get a break, if it breaks off of here, it'll be on a little ledge. Cutting a notch. We set up with a lift. I'm gonna go back a little bit. All right, okay, go back. All right, we kept the hinge all the way. Nice. I'm gonna be all in the mix here. I am gonna go around. I'm gonna have a little friction on the rope. Lower it down a little bit. Nice. Very nice. Just like the professional teams. We like to copy the professional teams. There we go. And Mark's thinking on the same wavelength there. I was gonna cut this off at the beginning of the job. I'm glad that sturdy little thing was there. Send her up. Let's put some we'll take it in two. Just pull it, and we'll just slide it off of there. So just pull up some tension by hand, and we'll just cut her free. You gotta remember what we're working on here. It's easy to forget. Okay, I'm gonna cut a chunk loose. I don't like this. Right in the middle. All right. Nice. Now we can take the rest of this. Who needs a dolly? We just run it right out there. Oh, the thing I hate about a job like this is, oh, look at her, almost got the top off. Look at the wood. It's like, there's a lot of wood here. I wonder if this is long enough to go all the way around. Oh, not quite. But we can go like this. Where's my power? It's down there a little ways. I'll just hold it high. I'm going to cut a little bottom cut first, a little prep cut. A little bit of wood. Everything's looking stable. Don't gaff your little rope here, Kev. It's under tension. Why don't you go put a couple cranks on our tension line there? I looked at your head and I thought, I think Mark's thinking about putting a couple cranks on that tension line. I'm gonna pull my line up and over again. Try to keep my climbing line out of the way. I probably just put it in the way, I don't know. Probably. Oh, there he goes. Oh, under there. Oh, there he goes. Oh, under there. Was he in my tray? Oh, we rigged him down. I didn't even know there was a hole big enough for him to fit in there. Raccoon was right in that piece. Terry picked it up and he dropped out. He says, I'm getting out of here. These guys are crazy. Well, at least I didn't cut him. I cut that piece twice. He was one scared buddy. That's not fiber, that's just door lighting. Little branch coming down. Look at you. Sure, put it over the fence. Less trips in and out, the better. He was moving pretty quick for late winter. Of course, it's been 40 degrees. He's probably been out and about a couple times. This is way out here. There's a number of ways I can do this. If I stand clear, of course they can probably flip me the line. Let's get a lanyard on. So I'm feeling like I'm connected out here. I'm way out here. Holy mackerel, look at that. Am I behind that? That stinks. Look at what I'm behind. I gotta go back. Hey, since I have to go back, I might as well landed in out here, which I am. Now that I'm all here out here, I came out here on a horizontal. No wonder it was so hard to get out here. Came up and behind that rope, and so now I'm captured on the block. It stinks. I gotta cut that knob off. It's not wrist. I'm gonna cut this off. Dead branch coming down. Another dead branch coming down. Keep that loose. Just beyond this. I'll get on my second one, just for kicks and giggles. All right, set it up for a lift. I got my rope loose. How'd that happen? The raccoon knocked my camera over. All right, crank it up. All right, steady as she goes. The rope might ride it closer to the power. You might have to wait. I gotta go back there anyways. Go for it. Drop it. Oh wow, look at you. Now Mike, did you even look? Is my camera still on? Harry, since you have an iPhone, why don't you go look and see if my phone is still recording and if the picture's actually looking at me. Looks like it's looking at me. Looking me right in the eye. My way back. Stupid animal. Had a perfect view. He was just an extra and he wrecks the whole scene. Do you know my password, Terry? Oh, iPhone, brother. This is gonna be a much nicer limb walk now. In that bag, there's a battery, Terry, and on the top side of one of those sides, there's a red button. You can push that red button. That'll make sure the battery is on. All right, this will be a much nicer limb walk with that rope angle. And we're gonna go, let me get my lanyard on here. It was much easier to get out here with a good rope angle. Well, then that whole battery coaching thing I did for you, that doesn't matter because it charged my battery all the way up, mostly up here. Well, our wind is actually in our favor. How about that? Maybe. But, oh, don't go dropping your carabiners. There it is, a Quick Trip bag. Just bring the whole Quick Trip bag. Come on, get in there. There we go. I gotta get out from inside this rig. All right, since I lost my battery, here I am out on a limb. All right, I'm gonna have to use my foot to push. Crank it. Crank it. What? Can you hear me? Let me turn up. I can't hear you. Somebody talk. Yes, lift it. Oh, I said lift it several times, but maybe you didn't hear me. Lift. I know. I'm pushing it. I don't want it to come. There you go. Keep it high. Perfect. That was the plan all along. Just like that. That worked nicely. All right, now I gotta get myself back on top of this limb. Now I know why I had it turned down. That limbing saw, that 592 limbing saw. Had to change batteries on that crazy operation and everything. And then I was cutting between my legs, pushing with one foot, balancing myself with the other foot. And I got Mark arguing with me about whether I said lift or tension. Well, it all ended well with a perfect rig. You gotta crown way around this way. This next one's going back the way it wants to go. Yep. Well, all right. I'll just come back where I was. Yep. I think you have to go out in the yard a little farther, out that way, so that you're not rubbing against, you're just rubbing against the limb. You're just asking for it to. From here, it doesn't seem like it should be that hard of a deal. I'm closer. My rope is on it. Can all three of you get involved in getting me this rope, please? Get Terry back here too. Let's get this rope to me. Why I oughta. We even got a bald guy down there. And a redhead. Curly and Mobo. Should tighten up my lanyard just so I got something to lean on if I lose my balance. All right, tension it up. And that means eventually I'm gonna want you to pull it. It's a lift, but pre-tension it. Crank it a little bit, show me some tension. Oh, you did? All right. And then keep cranking all the way through this travel so we eat up distance. Yeah. All right. Oh, we're way above the lines. I forgot we had a 90-foot tree. All right, what's the odds of you getting me that line back to me now? You feel lunch coming. I think I've seen you snitching some bites. I am focused. I haven't even felt my stomach. Was that our last piece of brush? I wasn't even watching. That's the last piece of brush. All right, well, you can wait till I get back to the, well, maybe it'll be fun to eat out here. Well, you gotta flip me this line. You're coming around the other side of the tree this time. So it might be easier to get me the line, actually. I'm gonna like that so you guys can clean up some stuff. I can always take a drink and hang that bag on my hip. Oh, right at the fingertip. It didn't. It touched the tip of my finger. There you go. That hit my hand with force that time. There you go. Hold on loosely. Do not let go of the rope, Dad. I'm gonna sling this first. Secure my rope before I eat lunch or drink of water or whatever I'm gonna do. You can set that up for a lift unless you're out there up by the chipper already. It's all right, you got time. Eating my cancer with my high alkaline water. I'm gonna eat a hard-boiled egg up here. A little quick trip egg. It'd be really sad if I drop one. Oh, we got our favorite fan over in the yard over here. You got to watch my son last time. Now, is it Keith? All right, this is a lift. Oh, you thought I was eating? Doesn't take me that long to eat egg. Cutting a notch. All right, are you ready? Crank it off of there. I'm gonna make you work. I'm glad I got tied up there. We're shaking this thing a little bit. A little wiggle. Can't do much with a lift. It just came off the hinge a little faster than I really wanted it to. Ah, I'm in a poop again. Don't drop it. You got this. Yeah, I had my second egg. That's all I had since breakfast. All right, notch coming down. All right, back tuck. Oh, don't shake me like that. Big joy is into that rope. Plays a little bouncy on me. Here, I'm gonna cut this little stub off. All right, now I think we want tires. We're gonna go right where that's lowering is basically where I'm gonna drop everything. Mats and then tires. And then what kind of saws do I have for playing in a tree? I might take the steel first. How's that cutting, Mark? I'll use the little one for a little while. We'll get rid of this top. Log can stay there. It's gonna be out farther away. Oh, I see we have those. I'm gonna go for out where there's not stones. Right out there, right there. Now I'll do one next to it, to your left, Mike. Somebody want to pull a rope all the way up? First cut. Oh, a little cramping in my hands. I did. Coming down. Right in the middle. Next one's coming. You hear my saw, it means it's coming. You were a little closer when I actually looked down there, Mike, than I thought you'd be. Between the bushes. All right, don't run all my gas out of that saw. All right, coming at you. Right in the middle of the tire. A ringer. Oh, I get a prize for that. Did I get a blue ribbon? A goldfish? Everybody gets a ribbon. Oh, the tree care industry still has competitions. Oh, I got in the middle again. How close am I going to be to the ground with this? Probably not close enough. Somebody want to catch these blocks? And number 2. Oh, a little friction. Come on, shake loose. I'm gonna drop it right on the tire. No, I just got flipped over. All right, I'm gonna put this piece down. Cutting a notch, and then I know it'll get dangerous after I cut. So I just cut a baby notch there because it's just a piece and it's leaning. I don't need to spend all day with a little saw cutting a big notch. All right, this is gonna go thump. Oh, we made a mark on that mat. I found a way to miss the tire. Oh well, right on the end. And we can't have anything nice. It's a little hard. This should be like double turn. And no, it didn't quite get a double turn. 1.5. Why don't you put those tires back on the mats for me? We'll try to do this again. Try to angle this a little more to the left. Little notch. Baby notch. All sawdust. Oh, this has been a fun day, gentlemen. Been a pleasure. Man, I missed again. Yeah, right? It's an optical illusion up here. It looks, even when I look at this notch here, it looks like it should like go there. Mark is talking about sawdust in his lunch. All right, we're almost down to the tension line. I mean, the line was quite a ways from the top of the canopy, as I recall. Wow, what is it hooked on? Thank you very much. All right, I want to range those tires one more time. Let's see if we can't do this. Leave that big piece right there. Might help. Yeah, leave our shrapnel all around. They're kind of buffers for, we're gonna get bouncers here pretty soon. The next one's gonna be tricky. Oh well, no, we don't want it all precarious. And to get another saw up here, might as well right to left on the carabiner. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think I got it right. I heard him whispering right here, just like this. I'm not gonna drop a saw now. Okay, don't slow me, please. My hands were cramping, remember. This isn't gonna help. Oh, look at that mess on my rope. Rope's coming down. All right, look out, Mark, here it comes. We're gonna put that away right now. I'm not gonna deal with this. 3 times around. Oh, you got loose recoil on this. Mark box on there. Got some of the bush. Okay. To send tag lines up, I need a tag line so you guys can pull this one off. Well, I can probably push this one off, but yeah, why don't you send a tag line up? Oh man. Oh no, I just dropped the rope and it went right on my handsaw, right on the tip of my handsaw. So it had lots of leverage. All right, pull that rope out. Oh wait, let me cut this first. Let me cut the notch first. Don't pull on that rope right now. Hit pretty hard. Yeah, he landed on the mat, didn't he? He's moving. I do need to take this tension off, and then yeah, we want to pull some more off. He's looking around now. Hey, he's coming around. Oh, humans here. Man, he ran into the jockey over there. It takes him, it wasn't even 5 minutes. He shook that off and he's like, wait a minute, those are humans. I gotta get out of here. Now, I gotta see if I got any more. All right, you need first, somebody has to loosen up this tension line, because that's the next thing I have to do. I'm sitting still doing nothing until someone does that. Oh yeah. Well, one that's been on spikes all day, if you could just have a little empathy. Yeah, so it's not holding the tree up anymore. I would leave that wood there, and then you can put that one, the next one you grab, kind of where your front tires are right now. You know, into your tracks. No, the big one. This kind of little wall. You know, we're going here. I think we can keep bombing away, you know, and then get the 592 up here. I can just start cutting frisbees if I want to. You can cut any tree down if you're willing to cut frisbees. All right, somebody want to catch this? Okay, rope's coming. Oh, wow, that got jammed in there. Rope's coming. All right, is the tag line back on yet? All right, I'm gonna take a pretty big chunk. It's kind of a point where biggers kind of get better leverage, and a big piece doesn't bounce as far as a smaller piece, allegedly. But when a big piece does bounce, it's pretty intimidating. Buyer beware. Okay, so there's one raccoon hiding up in here. Is there another? Who knows? If he is, he's gonna be in for a really bad ride. It's hollow right in here. So he was up in there, and he finally got the guts to come out. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have a chance to see my saw and stay up there. Okay, I'm gonna cut a notch. We might want to tie some things in that knot, or put a block on the cherry and pull with the loader. I kind of like the idea of this wood being pulled off with the loader. I'll continue to cut my notch. This cherry right here. No, we're putting a pulley there, and he's right where he's at. Don't overthink it. Can somebody just pay attention to holding the rope out of my way? And then somebody else pay attention to other things? Mike, yeah, or so. And I should. I'm gonna have to get on my other rope here pretty soon. Don't let me sneak down on this primary power. He's got the power. Yeah, I'm gonna like the loader pulling these off. That makes me feel really good. What's that? A little low. Oh, I see it. I'm pretty close and a little low.
high, there is always a risk when you're playing the game of trees.